ceiling on the White Forest Azamina deck for the Synchro Fusion event is absolutely crazy. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a couple of matches and I'll commentate all of them to show you just how insane this deck really is. Going second in all three matches that I'm going to show you. So to start off, I'm here going second. My opponent is on 60 cards, the one of Snake Eye Ash on the opener. My guess is they're on that TG Synchro pile. So I Ash it since it's their normal summon, and sure enough, they pass. And I'm assuming they have some disruption in their hand. So I'm going to start by normal summon Sylvie to try to bait out an Ash Blossom. They don't have it, or like a Fulos, or they can't activate Fulos because they have Ash. But we do get a Tails of the White Forest off of the Sylvie normal summon. We're going to go ahead and pitch that Tails for the LZ to search out Rusia here, and then Tails will reset itself. Then we're going to activate it and go for our bridge from the White Forest cards into the Azamina cards with the LZ Azamina of the White Forest. Special summon and then synchro that with Sylvie to bring out the Resilia here. And I am playing into Nibiru, but I will have extra plays around this even if I do get Nibiru, and I'll show you what that would be if that was the case here. So this is summon number 4. I'm going to chain block the LZ Azamina so I can search for Deception, and if they want to Ash or they save Ash for the the LZ, I will chain block it with the Resilia. I'd rather this get negated than the LZ. So I'm going to be able to search for a Sinful Spoils of the White Forest. This combo that I'm going to show you is absolutely nuts here. And again, this is going second, but you can often set this up going first and play through Disruption. So because we sent the Woes, we get, again, free set. So just multiple card advantage engines going off here. We're going to go ahead and synchro now into the Diabel using the original LZ and the Resilia. The opponent I thought had the Nibiru for the 5th summon here, but they have a Ghost Bell to stop my recursion of a spell card, which I don't even know what I was targeting here, probably the Imperm. And because they activated a monster effect, I get to activate the Diabel effect to special summon from the extra deck. I summon the Coral Dragon. You only get the draw effect if it's sent to graveyard if you synchro summon it, so I won't get the draw, but I don't know, you could bring out anything here, but I didn't want to waste the White Forest synchro in case I do want to summon it during my opponent's turn in case they have some crazy blowout card, but it's very unlikely. So we're going to go ahead and activate the Deception here. We do end up special summoning the Rusia now and using the effect to send the Azamina apps. I don't know how to say that, but I'm assuming that is how you say it. Because off of Deception, when I use this effect and tributed the Coral Dragon or sent the Coral Dragon, I had nothing left in my deck. I've used the Azamina LZ, I already have the Hollowed, so the last thing to search was this trap card, which is really what you should be playing in your deck. This card is crazy. And then we get a free send off Rusia for a free draw, which gets us into a Diabel Star, which just completes the package here, which is absolutely crazy. So now we're going to start to go into the Azamina engine. We've got the Rusia, we bring out the Resiliago, move Resiliago. I think I'm saying that correctly. I know it's a Lamborghini. I don't know. If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. And then, a 6 and a 4 tuner, that's an instant Baron the floor. And then we're going to go ahead and put back LZ Azamina to bring back the Hollowed here. And then I'm going to activate Hollowed and chain the Wanted, which I was able to search off of the Moo here, by the way. That's the card I searched. And we have cards to send. So what I'm actually going to do here, and I set this up consistently turn 1, is we're going to go ahead and grab the Diabel Star from the deck and then opt to send 2 cards off Hollowed Azamina to bring out the Saint Azamina. We're going to send the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest and the Wanted Seeker to bring out the Saint Azamina. Now, Saint Azamina's effect will be able to special summon an Azamina card from the extra deck, and we opt when going second, even when we go first, to bring out Moa Regina sometimes. You could just bring out the Omni Negate if you go first, and that's fine. Going second, though, you have the ability to literally pop 10 cards. Well, it's more like 5 cards on the opponent's field. I could have popped with Baron. I can pop 2 with Moa Regina because I'm going to trigger the Wanted Banish to put back the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest, so I'm going to be able to keep my Deception in the graveyard to reset during the end phase if there was going to be one. And then if I have a Diabel Star that I haven't used yet, I'm going to be able to summon it and reset that Sinful Spoils of the White Forest for a Guardian Chimera play during my opponent's turn if I was going first. So because we activated a Sinful Spoils card by banishing the Wanted Seeker here to put back the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest, that triggers the Moa Regina to pop up to 2 cards on the field. I just popped the opponent's Ash, so now they have an open board. I do now go ahead and bring back, well, I get the draw off of the Wanted Seeker, which I think drew me into a Nibiru there. And then the Moa Regina second effect is going to be able to special summon an Azamina from the graveyard. I bring out the Moo again. Then I'm going to trigger the Rusia in order to put back the Resilia to get another level 4 tuner on board, use the level 6 that I brought out for free again off of the Moor Regina to synchro into a light and dark Chaos Angel. So now my entire board is protected from battle destruction, and all my synchros are unaffected by activated monster effects. And then adding insult to injury, I send Diabellstar, summon Diabellstar, reset Sinful Spoils of the White Forest for another pop 2 during my opponent's turn. I could have popped 2 with the Moa Regina, pop 1 with Baron, pop 2 with Sinful Spoils of the White Forest into the Guardian Chimera play, and then my opponent can't target their own cards or this card. It's 4,000 defense. They take any battle damage that I would have taken as well. Even though my cards aren't being destroyed, I have the Diabell interruption potentially for my opponent's turn to go into a Book of Eclipse Silvera, and I also have the Azamina apps, which will bounce, let's see, 1, nothing else in the graveyard, 2, 3, up to 4 cards, and then if everything goes to all hell, I do have a Woes that I can always bring out a level 2, probably the, I forget the name, what is that, oh, I can't check the deck. The other level 2 that you only play 1 of. Anyways, bring her out and then bring back out the Rusia by putting back the Diabell and go into the Silvera anyways for a Book of Eclipse. And then I have 2 hand traps, which is unlikely to be used, but just shows you how insane this deck is. This is the board we've built going second. Yeah, I don't think anybody's really beating this if you set this up. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at another one. Alright, here we got another going second match. Our opening hand here has 2 disruptions in the Ash, oh 3, sorry, the Nibiru and the Druid's Worm. They're going to start off with a Foolish Burial, and seeing a 60 card deck with a Foolish, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Ash that. But of course, in 60, they draw the Called By, so they have the answer to the Ash. If Grass was legal for this event, I have no doubt that they would have drawn Grass in their opening hand. So here the opponent gets a dump on Tragedy to search the Alubur, which is limited to 1, search the Branded Fusion, which is also limited to 1, go into the Albion off of Abyssio, Lubellion, and Albaz pitch, activate Albion, and they're on 2 summons here. They're probably going to go for a Lubellion, the Searing Dragon, which is great for me because that's going to put them at 3, and then they fuse with Lubellion and the Albaz, that puts them at 4, and when they bring back the Lubellion off of the Albion here, that puts them at 5, which means I can Nibiru before they activate Lubellion to get a placed Branded Lost, Branded Regained, or Branded Beast. Yes, I'm going to lose my board here, but I'm also willing to lose my Druid's Worm because I don't want them to get the set off the Albion, and the Druid's Worm will take care of the token. Opponent has 2 cards in hand and 51 cards, and they Call Bide my Ash, so I don't have to worry about Ash on the opposing end. Branded don't usually play Imperm, so the only thing I really have to fear in terms of a hand trap here is probably like a Nibiru, which again in 60, there's no way they open that well and have Nibiru too, right? So we're going to be able to go basically full combo here after stopping the opponent. Yeah, they just overextended into Nibiru. You know, play 40 cards, man. You'll see your stuff more often. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and just cook really quick here. Using up all of our synchro plays, we've got the bridge from the White Forest into the Azamina with the LZ Azamina, the new one that came out in the recent pack. And now we're going to go into our Mu Risiliago. I think I'm saying that correctly. I don't know. It's a Lamborghini, right? Car? Anyways, the opponent has seen enough, and they're going to scoop, and that's how we're able to beat Branded going second. Like, you just need one of your starters to resolve, and you go, like, full combo, and you put up Disruption and OTK. So, the opponent just didn't want to sit through it. If you build your deck correctly for the Fusion Synchro event, I think it's pretty much unbeatable. I have, like, a 90% win rate with this deck, and the only losses are really just bricks, or my opponent was playing the same deck, and I opened up, like, no hand traps. But here you're going to see just how powerful the deck is. We're going second. We do have 1 board breaker and a super poly, no hand traps to slow the opponent down here. They're on Centurion, which is a good deck. I mean, it does have its limitations this event, but it plays well into Fulos, only special summoning once from the deck and or extra deck. But I am able to stop the Gargoyle coming back to hand by Druid's Worming it. No sense in trying to Druid's Worm away the Primera because the Auxilla will still get it back from graveyard or banished. So I have the Super Poly that I'm going to have to save for the interruption of most likely the Centurion that pops the card the Synchro 12. I forget what the name is exactly. Here we're going to start with the normal summon Sylvie and then special summon LZ after I pitch the tails that I searched off Sylvie here. I could have Synchro 10'd into either like a Baron, I could have gone into Dissipator or Chaos Angel, but I opted not to. I wanted to go for the Synchro play for the 6, and I get punished for it here because my opponent has the Super Poly. Pitches an Imperm, which is very interesting. The card that they decided to keep in hand was Imperm, which means they have the set Phalanx here because they did search that. They're going to go into a Garua, and that's okay. I still have my Black Forest play here, so I'm going to go ahead and bait the Phalanx, which works well there by using the LZ. That's definitely a card you want to stop. The opponent does get a draw off the regained, unfortunately, but now we've used up their disruptions. We know we can stop the Trudea and the Primera with the stand-up with our Super Poly, but we get an even better play, which I'll show you in just a second here. So we're going to go ahead, set Deception. Because my opponent has this Garua, they're probably thinking, like, I don't even need to summon the Trudea. I'll just go Primera, Synchro, the Garua 6, and the Primera into, like, a Baron, which is another disruption during my turn, and they get a draw off of the Garua here. So they're going to summon Primera, not summon Trudea, which means my Super Poly gets even more value now. I don't have to bother fusing away the 2 Darks, and leaving them with the tuner. I can now use the Synchro and the Fusion to actually go into the Saint Azamina, which is going to be absolutely insane here. So here we go, Saint Azamina using the Synchro and the Fusion monster there. They get no Synchro summon with the stand-up. The Primera is stuck on their board. They searched another stand-up. They get a draw here, but that's fine. We're going to activate the Saint Azamina, quick effect, to special summon a Moa Regina from our extra deck, which is going to get insane value here, because when we activate Deception, we can trigger Moa Regina to pop 2 cards, and I don't think they have protection for their back row anymore since the Primera is in the monster zone. And then I can also special summon out from the graveyard another Azamina card once I go into it off the hollowed, because I haven't used my Deception yet, right? So I played through the opponent's disruptions, broke their board, and set up an OTK line basically, going second pretty simply.